Sorry about that, guys. I had a call from a friend by accident. She called me by accident. But, sorry about that. But, yeah, I'm back there now. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna cut these up to, like, small parts anyways. Just because, like, some of these are longer than others. So, like, even if I cut them up in, like, small parts, that's fine with me. Excellent idea, Miss Stoughton. Perhaps Lady Claire can enlighten us with your pianoforte skills you must have learned growing up. Oh no, she must know I can't play. That's very generous, my lady, but the truth is, Miss Parsons knows you can groom in your seat and suddenly stands up. I learned a new piece I would love to share with you all. Oh yes, you're a delight to listen to, Miss Parsons. I said to Mr. McAllister before too, simply marvelous. Thank you, Miss Stoughton. The new piece I have would be much better with vocals, though. I don't believe my own voice would do it justice. But perhaps, Lady Claire, you would do me the honor and assist me in the song? If I have enough diamonds, I do not. I don't have enough diamonds, I'm sorry. I appreciate the offer, but I would rather observe this afternoon. Very well. And Parsons walks over towards the pianoforte. You and the other ladies turn to watch her play. Her fingers dance up and down the ivory keys, creating a harmonious tune. After a few minutes, Miss Parsons finishes the song. You clap enthusiastically along with the other woman as Miss Parsons returns to her seat beside you. That was splendid, Miss Parsons. I never heard such beautiful sounds before. Perhaps next time you'll join me. My dear, that would require Lady Claire to display some actual talent. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You and your blonde-ass, dumb-ass hair. Pay no attention to her. Per usual, Countess Henrietta is only jealous. He returned Miss Parsons' bright smile. Meanwhile, Miss Stoughton and Miss Bowman had returned to their gossiping. And then I saw Mr. Sinclair here at Edgewater yesterday. Again? I met him just as I arrived, in fact. But don't you think my Mr. McAllister is much more handsome? I had that very thought when I saw Mr. Sinclair while I was taking my tea yesterday, and here we go again. Another day, another Mr. Sinclair visit. Mrs. Parsons. Is it always like this? Good gracious, no. Sometimes Miss Stoughton informs us about Mr. McAllister's latest news, not Mr. Sinclair's visits. Honestly, I'm glad I'm no longer the only sane one around. It was so tiresome not having someone to banter with during these incessant gossip sessions. My pleasure, Miss Parsons. Whatever happened to Mr. Chambers' friend, Mr. Bird? Used to follow him everywhere, but I haven't seen him since the Hazelvale ball months ago. How disappointing, Mr. Bird. With such good company, he must have flown off. Yes, I wonder, and well, this has been fascinating. I'm afraid Miss Stoughton and I are expected for tea with Mrs. Baisley. Come along. The Countess raises from her seat, and the other woman follows suit. Miss Parsons dawdles behind, catching you alone. I'm glad we finally had a chance to meet, Lady Claire. The Earl of Edgewater has been so excited ever since he knew you were coming. You're everything I hoped you would be and more. Thank you, Miss Parsons. I can already tell we'll be very close. That is my deepest wish. Perhaps we'll be able to play a duet on the pianoforte together next time. That would require me to know how to play. There's one in the East Wing. I used to play it when I called on Harry. I'm sure you can take it as yours to practice on. But I wouldn't know where to even begin. I never even tried to play one. That's easy to fix. I can give you a few lessons. I have a feeling you'd be a quick study, and you'd be certain to surprise Countess Henrietta next time she tries to shame you. Sure, why not? Why not? I will be indebted to you forever if you taught me how to play. Consider it my way of showing you gratitude for keeping me company in Sewing Circle. You follow Miss Parsons to the piano and sit beside her. One of the key elements when playing the pianoforte is proper posture. You want to make sure your wrists are not too high or too low. You place your hands on the keys mimicking Miss Parsons. Like this? Yes, that's perfect. The scale on the piano goes as such. This is C, D, E. Over the next several hours, Miss Parsons continues teaching you the basics. I think I'm beginning to get it. You're a natural. Aw. You acquired the pianoforte. Sweet. Later that afternoon, you're walking around the estate lawn with your head buried in a book from the library. Poor Laura, fortunate clearly does not smile upon her. Self-control by Mary Burton. Any good? You jump at the sound of Mr. Harper's voice. Looking up, you spy him only a few feet away, leading a horse behind him. Oh, Mr. Harper, forgive me, I didn't see you approach. I didn't see you either, Clover. Nah, she's so cute. Apologies, my lady, I didn't mean to give you such a fright. After years of working with horses, you learn to tread lightly. Mr. Harper, your company makes it worth it. If every fright included seeing you, I wouldn't mind so much. Neither would I. It means I would see more of you. Although I'm sure other young ladies would prefer not to be disturbed while engrossed in novels. Did that not occur to you previously? I must admit I've not come across similar situations before. Candace Rita is not one to walk about the lawns and read. Maybe she should. She might not be so cross then. But then again, that would mean I would see her out here. You could always pop by the stables again in that case. I wouldn't mind the company. Nay. Sorry, we wouldn't mind the company. Well, Clover insists, I might have to. I believe she's taking a liking to you. You glance at Mr. Harper and catch him staring. You tuck a loose piece of hair behind your ear, looking away bashfully. She's not the only one. Lady Claire, I wondered if... The horse sneezes suddenly. The two of you turn towards her, laughing. I believe someone wants your attention. So it would seem. Until we meet again, Lady Claire, enjoy your book. You watch Mr. Harper lead Clover away and notice your father approaching from the house. Ah, Claire, Miss Daly said you took a turn about the estate to read. May I interrupt you for a brief moment? As if you need to ask, Father. You smile and take hold of your father's arm as the two of you stroll across the lawn. You seem to be getting along with Mr. Harper earlier. I find him very delightful. Good to hear. He's been our master of horse for a little over a year now. Yet I can barely recall what it was like before we took him on. Two of you come to a stop outside the front door. The Earl takes your hand and looks at you intently, taking a deep breath. Is something wrong, Father? Quite the opposite, in fact. I've been trying to find the right words to tell you. I've already made the arrangement. In a few days' time, I will host a garden party here at Edgewater in your honor. For me, that's very gracious. I don't know if I can find the right words to thank you. Your presence is all the thanks I need. You smile and kiss your father's cheek. Then you have my word. I'll be there. Your father squeezes your arm as the two of you continue your walk. Now, tell me about your day. I hope the Countess wasn't too difficult at this morning's sewing circle. Where to start? That evening, you sit at your bedroom vanity, recounting your day to Briar as she fixes your hair for dinner. Riddle me this. Why do nobles feel they must get together and sit around to sew? I mean, do they even create anything useful? I'm working on a tapestry, and Miss Bowman was working on a pillowcase. Well, as you ask me, I think your time would be better served creating bonnets or baskets. At least then you'd be able to show your talent to everyone. Perhaps I'll work on a small handbag next, just for you. Miss Parsons was working on one herself this afternoon. Ooh, tell me about Miss Parsons. I haven't met her yet. She was a breath of fresh air compared to the rest of the ladies. In fact, Miss Parsons... You? The pianoforte? What are these nobles turning you into? An accomplished lady. Just don't forget where your roots are. And leave you behind? Perish the thought. I'm simply happy to be able to hold my own against the other woman. Well, Miss Parsons sounds like a delight. I hope to meet her soon. Just then you hear a knock at the door, and the Dowager Countess enters. Briar softly whispers, I'll give you two some privacy. Briar curtsies to you and your grandmother before shuffling out. The Dowager Countess sits on the edge of the bed. I'm going to stop this one here. I'll be right back, guys.